Good morning. This is Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a very simple project for you, which is just perfect for summer, right? And we're going to be using the In the Moment stamp set and the beautiful Countryside Inn blue themed paper. And I also have some great stamping news to share with you before we get to our project. It'll just take a couple of minutes and then we'll get right to it. So let me show you the project here. So let me just switch my camera. And so here's our project that we're going to be making today. This is our nice little card. And as you can see, it has all these different shades of blue. It's really simple to make, and it uses this terrific stamp set that's been with us for a little while. It was released in a previous catalog, and I've really enjoyed using this one. It's one that you can go ahead and color in if you want to, but at the same time, you don't have to. And today's project shows what you can do when you don't actually color in the image. So we're going to do this card today. Let me just move everything out of the way for right now till I share a little bit of stamping news with you with some great sales and discounts and ways to save, and then we'll get right to it. So first of all, I wanted to mention that I've put up my shares. So I have a paper share, an embellishment share, and a ribbon share that are available right now for the brand new holiday catalog. And if you haven't heard about it yet, the new holiday mini catalog is coming out for general use by all customers on September the 6th. But right now, it is actually available for pre-order if you're a demonstrator. So if you want to get in a whole month ahead and make sure you avoid all those sellouts that tend to happen with popular items when people first see them, right now is a great time to join Stampin' Up! Because you can actually do a pre-order from the new holiday catalog. However, what I've got for now is this set of shares. So with a paper share, an embellishment share, or a ribbon share, you get different products that are in the brand new holiday catalog. And what I do is I cut up the packs. And so the paper share gives you a quarter pack of a whole bunch of different new papers. The embellishment share is a half pack of a whole bunch of different embellishments, and the ribbon share is a quarter pack of all of the new ribbons that are in the new catalog. And so if you want to get in on these shares, they're a fraction of the cost of buying all of the new items in any of these categories. Just go to my website, which is www.juliescraftaddict.com, and you can click there on holiday shares or holiday product shares right at the top of my blog. And I've got all kinds of information there, and it tells you how to sign up as well. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Send me a message. I'll be happy to talk to you. And I also have this new program, which is earning free stamps. So you can see I've got some stamp sets here that if you shop with me a certain number of times and at a certain amount of money, then you can keep track of your purchases and you'll actually get a free stamp set from me of your choice. And at the end of that. And so if you go on again to my website, www.juliescraftaddict.com, and click on Earn Free Stamps at the top of the blog, that will give you all the information there, and you can download your tracker to keep track of all your purchases. For the month of August, we also have a kit sale on, which is really great. So it's up to 30% off the kits in the kits collection. So the only thing that's not included is paper pumpkin because that's not part of the kits collection. But the kits start at $12.60 or 80 cents, I think, on sale, and they go up to about $27 to $30. So you can get something at pretty much any price point you're looking at. And that's on through the end of August. But I wouldn't wait just to make sure that you aren't disappointed that your particular kit you want is sold out, because everybody now knows about this kit sale. So I'd say get there as soon as you can to shop. And I'll have a shopping link right on this post at the end of my broadcast today. It'll take me just a few minutes to get it there. But by lunchtime, Atlantic time today, that will be there for you. If you're watching on replay, it's already there, so you can just click on it. And one more thing to share today, a way to save. Remember all those bonus day coupons you earned? So you got a $6 coupon for any $60 purchase with Stampin' Up! In the month of July. Well, make sure you find all those codes, because now in the month of August, you can use them all. You can use them all on one order if you want to, or you can use them a bit at a time throughout the month. But the one thing to remember is they're only good through the end of August. So if you don't use them, you'll lose them. So make sure that you do use all those $6 coupons that you accumulated, and Stampin' Up! Will have sent you with your order a copy of the code that you'll need for each one of those. And it's really straightforward to put them in on the website, and they kind of guide you through that. If you have any issues about that or any questions, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. So let's get right on with our project today, and please let me know that you're watching and where you're watching from. Oh, hi Kathy, I see your comment there. I just had to remove something from my screen. It's nice to know that you're listening in today and watching the project. So we're going to be using just one ink today to keep it super simple, because who needs complications in the middle of summer vacation season, right? So we're going to keep it really easy. We're going to use this Misty Moonlight. We're going to use one kind of embellishment. So these ones are called adhesive back sparkle gems, and I'm going to use these kind of silver blingy ones, which is really nice. You can see I've used a bunch of them, and I taught a class with them the other day, so I'm starting to run out of those little silver ones, but I've got a few left. Here's our stamp set. It's In the Moment. So this is a really, really nice stamp set that you can color or not as you choose, and today we're not going to color it. We're going to keep it super simple. So let's begin. And I should say too that at the end of this broadcast, what I will do is put all the instructions for this particular card on my blog, and I'll put a link right in the post so that you'll be able to find those. I'm going to take my much loved cardboard here, and we're going to use that just to show what we're doing so you can see it against the white background. So here's all my pieces that I have for the card, and there's not very many. There's only these 5 pieces for the entire card. So I'll start by just taking my card base, and I'll just fold it on the score line. And I find having a scoring tool is really, really nice. There is a scoring blade on the Stampin' Up! Trimmers, so you don't have to have a separate scoring tool, but I do because I make a lot of cards, and I find it's a really helpful thing to have to be able to score things really quickly. And Stampin' Up! Has one of those tools as well. So there's my card base. I'm just going to put that aside for right now, and we're going to do our stamping. So we need just these 2 little pieces. Now this circle I cut with the Stylish Shapes dies, and I find those super versatile and one of my go-tos. Let me just grab them so I can show you them. Let's see. Okay, so here they are. Here are the Stylish Shapes dies, and you can see there's a whole bunch of circles, whole bunch of squares, and then these chevron labels. And I just find I use them probably more than any other die set that I have. So again, they are called Stylish Shapes dies, and I think they are a very worthwhile investment to have on hand. And then you just have these beautiful shapes you can cut out easily, and they have these little dots in the edges of them. And so they do look very stylish, actually. I really like them. So that's our dies, and I've already cut everything to keep it simple today. So we'll open our Misty Moonlight. And there's our ink. And we are going to stamp our sentiment first. So we're going to use this one. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And what a great sentiment, isn't it? Especially for summertime. I think it's really nice. So I'll just put that down so I can read it, and I'm going to pick it up there. And what I'm going to do is try it out on my cardboard first. So I'm going to just tap, 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 tap. And we'll see, it looks like it's got good coverage. But I want to just make sure that I can align it straight here. All right. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Sometimes it's hard to get the sticker on straight, so you can't really tell if you're stamping the thing quite straight. So I like to try it a couple times. So mine's just slightly crooked, so I'm going to just twist it slightly, not much, and we'll just hold it down so the ink has time to transfer and then lift up. So look at that. Very good, hey? That's perfectly nice. And we'll just leave that. And we'll go ahead and we'll stamp our image now. So for my image, I'm going to use this one of the girl with the glass of, could be wine, could be lemonade, could be anything. It's just a fancy glass there. And we'll just pick it up on our block. And we will make sure we get really good coverage for that. And then, oops, just a little speck on there. And let's go ahead and we'll just kind of center it so that the whole image is on the circle. Nothing too fussy, and then just stamp it down. So let's see how that turned out. We'll just lift up. Yeah, so very nice. That's all you've got to do. It makes a very nice image. You don't have to color anything, and it's just really, really simple. And it's a really beautiful color. This was one of the in colors a couple of years ago, actually, this Misty Moonlight. And I'm really happy they brought it back as a core color because it really is a very handsome shade of blue. Not quite so dark as Night of Navy, but it gives you great definition and just another nuance of blue in the collection. And I think it's really nice. Okay, so let's go on and we will put the card together. And that is super simple, I have to say. So I'll move these little guys out of the way. Here's our card base that we've got ready. And this is from the beautiful Countryside Inn DSP. So it's all shades of blue, many different kinds of blue. And let me just grab my paper and I can show you the other patterns. All right, so here are some of the other patterns that you would see in this Countryside Inn DSP. So here is one of them. So this one with the lovely trees, that's very pretty. This one has kind of florals, and it almost reminds me of wallpaper in a way. Oh, and there's this cute little one that has bunnies and flowers in it. Very nice. This one is also really cute. It's got little foxes. They seem to be kind of a trend right now, the foxes, so that's a nice one to have around. And let me see, there's also this one, which is a straight up floral on a white background, which is very, very pretty as well. And then on the backs of these, they're kind of more monochromatic, but they still do have some different blues in them. And you could definitely layer up all these different kinds of paper and do all kinds of interesting things with them. But again, that's called Countryside Inn DSP. So I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal and we're going to glue this panel right to the card base. All right. So one of the methods to my madness for this project is, besides keeping it simple, is I know that not everybody likes to color. And so this is a great way to use these kind of detailed stamp sets that just have outlines. You can just stamp them in a color and then you don't have to color it all in. Or if you don't have time to color it, that's also a good option. Now we're going to take a little piece of this balmy blue. I'm going to dig out my paper snips scissors here, which I really like. I've tried a number of different scissors and I really like these ones. They cut ribbon really well is what I find. They're very precise and I find that helpful. So we're just going to cut a chevron on each end. And it doesn't have to be precise. You could be more precise if you want to be. You could measure how far in you cut. I just kind of eyeball it, but you could definitely measure if you want it exactly the same on both sides. I find it's not really noticeable if it's off slightly on one side compared to the other, so I don't bother to measure, but you definitely could. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. All right, does anybody else have this in the moment stamp set that you've worked with? I just find it's a really fun one. I've made quite a few different things out of this one. And I'll be sharing some more projects in the future from it as well. I'm just going to cut out that little bit there, just to make that a little more accurate. There we go. Okay, so that's our little chevron. So you can just do that rather than using a die cut machine, unless you have a label like that, in which case you could just die cut it if you'd rather, but I find that works pretty well. So we're just going to adhere our sentiment right to that. So here's what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal right in the middle there, and then we'll try to center this, and I might actually put it on the squares here so that we can see what we've got, and try to center it a little bit more accurately here. Let's see. So maybe something like that. Oh, I'm glad you like that, Kathy. It's so simple, but so beautiful. Yeah, I think sometimes simple is just the way to go. I mean, it's fun to make complicated cards too, but honestly, I really prefer the simple ones anytime that I can find a design or come up with a design. This one was someone else's design, and then I modified it to suit myself so that it looked different. And I just like these simple things. I think that they work really, really well. So here's where we're going to position them. And now I'm just going to pull out my dimensionals. So these are my Stampin' Dimensionals, the little foam adhesives, and they're super easy to use. And I find customers really, really like them. Because they are easy, they can be used in lots of other things besides just crafting as well, like school projects or other paper things around the house. So you just pull off the little backings here, just like that. And I want to just kind of see where I want that to go. So maybe kind of like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, we'll stick that down. Now we'll take these ones off and put that in as well. So if you missed the beginning of the video, I was mentioning some things that I have on offer when you shop with me this month. First of all, I have a new free stamp program that you can earn free stamps. There's also the chance to use your coupons that you accumulated in July when you shop with me. And there's a kit sale going on right now. And there's also a set of shares, so holiday product shares for papers, embellishments, and ribbons. So you can find out about all of these on www.juliescraftaddict.com, or just shoot me off a message. I'll be happy to fill you in. So we're going to put on these little adhesive back sparkle gems. Very simple. I like these because they work on so many different projects. So let's take one and we'll put a large one there. We'll put a small one there, and I think we'll put another small one down here. I think I used a large one on my sample card, but I'm just going to go with a small one here today, right next to the word relax, just to kind of emphasize that. So that, my friends, is the end of our project. Very, very simple, and I hope that you enjoyed it and you will be able to use this design. I'll have the full instructions available on this post within the hour or so if you're watching live, and if you're watching the replay, it should all be there for you right on my post. So anything I've talked about today will be there in a link for you. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderfully crafty week, and I'll see you at the same time next week. Bye for now, friends.